Oh, yeah. Welcome in. It is Wednesday, hump day, people. It's another edition of the Joe Raineri Show, brought to you by uwager.eu. It is where America bets. It's sure as hell where this show bets. And once again, I am hoping, I am praying that you guys are you're taking what I'm saying here, what I've been saying about line shopping, and making sure that you do not get screwed over by the hook any more than we've seen people do here over the last 24 and 48 hours. Why is line shopping so important? Well, it's important because you don't want to be sitting there holding a ticket that says, wow, 2.5, when the guy next to you is holding a ticket that says 1 because he line shopped and you didn't. He's cashing and you are not. So please do me a favor before we are done here today. Make sure that you guys head over to our friends at uwager.eu. All right. And it's so simple. All you got to do is call them 1-800-UWAGER. Open up that account today. Give them the code JRS50. They'll dump 50% into your account. That's right. A 50% deposit match bonus into your account. Doesn't have to be for millions of bucks, guys. You know what it's got to be? Open, so you can start checking out the pricing, you can start checking out the lines, and oh yeah, you can jump on a number when you get it. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Guys, we are betting numbers. We're not betting teams. And it all starts being a successful sports investor is by being able to get the right number. And it starts also by having a sports book. You got to have an offshore account. You got to have one that you trust. And I'm telling you, I belong to them all, and by far, UWager got the best customer service, certainly ease of use, some of the best pricing. You like to drop money in, you can pull money out. You don't need an act of God enabled to be able to do so. I'm telling you guys, head over to UWager right now. Just call them up. Write this number down, 1-800-UWager. Give them the code JRS50, and let's get your asses set up here with a UWager account so we can all start making some money here tonight. And it's been one hell of a ride, is it not? Last 2 days on our Make It Rain, part of the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. You guys know. If you don't know, if you're new here, welcome in. We make it rain weekday mornings across the country here on the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. Radio stations, cable stations, streaming across platforms all around the country. Yes, we wake up on the East Coast and we get you caught up with all the latest world of sports news that you missed overnight, not to mention all of the updated lines and all the sports betting news that you need to know for the day. And we do that every Monday through Friday, 6A to 9A on the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. So I hope that you'll take us with you by downloading the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. You can get us on the app. It is so simple. It's this big thing that looks like a microphone. It's called the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. Go to Google, go to iTunes, go to those stores, go ahead and download it. It's a free app. You can take us with you so you never miss a beat. Also, hit us up here on Twitter, on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube, the FNTSY Sports Radio Network pages. Subscribe and then become part of the insomniacs that we have in the morning that are up with us at the crack of dawn. Why? Everybody's looking for an edge in the world of sports betting, aren't we? That is what it is all about. Finding that edge, exploiting it, and using it for our gain, but only in a good way. And it starts by having the knowledge. And the knowledge, of course, you can join us 6 to 9 every weekday morning. Start your days off as we make it rain on the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to get here today. Like we told you, 9-1 over the last 2 days on our Make It Rain plays of the day. Kind of crazy when you think about it, but we've been going really strong here, and these are a collection of plays that throughout the day, having talked to, and you guys know this, you've seen all the cappers that we bring on the show here, and you know I'm talking to guys all over the country, professional sports handicappers, guys that do this for a living, okay, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. So while you're at work, what you get to do is on your way home here at about 5:45 on a Wednesday night here, you can tune into this and go, all right, what's Joe come up with? What have they figured it out? How are they going to make it rain tonight? And we've we've got a great slate of games for you here tonight, and I'm excited because I was excited last night. I thought those plays were really good. They turned out to be really good. Not to mention our good friends at TrendyBets.com delivered again last night with their our play of the night was the Memphis game. Memphis San Antonio. I was all over that spread. And it was crazy what happened because I bet it so early yesterday that I only got it at 4.5. Then we learned that Mike Conley wasn't going to be playing last night for Memphis, and then it shot up to 6.5 in some books. Line chopping. I took it then. Then they go to halftime, and the second half line, thanks to our friends at HalftimeMagic.com, that alert came over. The halftime line was 7, and I was actually getting more points in the second half than I was when I originally bet the game full game. I was full. I also had it on the money line because I did think that Memphis was going to be able to win that game outright. They just missed, but they certainly covered not only full game but halftime, and it was a crazy, crazy play. And your friends at TrendyBets.com, they delivered on the over in that game. They told you the over. We gave you the spread, the over. Boom. We are cashing tickets here, people. We are really making it rain, which is what it is all about. So that was a great play. Maryland taking care of Purdue. That wasn't even close. That was a good play. And we also had Detroit, I believe. Not Detroit. That was the night before. We did have one shit play. Northern Illinois just couldn't get the job done there last night, which was unfortunate because I really did think they were going to do against a piss-poor Western Michigan team, but it just didn't happen. But still, we were 4-1 total with our plays, including TrendyBets.com. They delivered on that over. So we are excited here tonight with those with the plays that we have coming, mostly because we had an opportunity, if you guys missed it yesterday, we had an opportunity to talk to our good friend Ralph Michaels. And Ralph, he had a couple of games tonight that he really, really liked, and I want to make sure that I have let me see, make sure I've got the cuts here. Yeah, okay. So let me get this open for you because I want you to hear it in case you guys missed the show last night. And this game is going to be starting here in less than an hour. But Ralph Michaels, our friend from WagerTalk.com, he had two situational and technical plays that were on the card tonight. We had him on the show yesterday, but he wanted us to know today, so when these games came across and the lines were posted, that we were ready. And I'm going to let you guys hear from Ralph here in just a minute, and you can hear from him yourself. He's got two games. One of them happens to be close to home here in South Florida. Another one going to be up in the Northeast, but two plays that are very solid. We also have another two plays that came across us earlier today from guys that we trust immensely, including our friends at BetterIQ.com, which we encourage you guys to get there as soon as possible. Also, DocSports.com. The roster of guys that we talk to, you know this. If you're new to the show, we talk to some of the very best from around the country, and we listen is what we do. We listen. We take the information that we are learning, we put it together, and then we come up with a list of plays that we think are definitely going to be money makers tonight. So Ralph Michaels has got two. We've got two others from our friends that we want to share with you. We're excited about that. And, of course, before we get to those, we got to thank our good friends at Miami Acura for, well, their support. They support us. We certainly hope that you will support them. How can you support them? Well, if you are in the market for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, don't go anyplace else other than MiamiAcura.com. Why? Because you don't want to have to pay an arm and a leg, right? You want to be able to get the best deal possible. Isn't that what we are all doing when we go shopping for cars? Well, go shopping every place else, and then whatever deal you come up with, go see them at Miami Acura. Not only all the new cars, but any certified pre-owned vehicle or used car, there is nobody with better deals. Nobody I would trust more with that purchase than the good folks, Deborah and company at Miami Miami Acura. So, South Dixie Highway, for those of you in the 305, you can call them, set up an appointment at 855-564-4669, or hell, just simply go to MiamiAcura.com. That is MiamiAcura.com. Go get it all squared away, all right, and say, hey, Joe told me I can get my car here at a price nobody else could match, and they will take care of you. MiamiAcura.com. That's where you want to go. All right, here we go. Our Make It Rain free plays of the day. Let's start going down the list tonight. We're going to start with Clemson. Clemson at Miami. Miami is getting 3 at home. And I don't think I can do a better job of explaining this than our good friend Ralph Michaels can. So I'll let you guys hear what Ralph says, what the play is, what the technical situation is, and why Clemson may be in for a big surprise tonight in Miami. Here's Ralph Michaels, WagerTalk.com.
The Clemson, when I was doing my my power ratings and my rankings on my sheet, Clemson is one of those middle-range ACC teams. Of course, everyone knows Duke, North Carolina, Virginia, and Louisville are clearly the class. Those are all top 15 teams. Add in Virginia Tech in that crew. You have those top 5 teams. But then you have the Syracuse, Florida State, Clemson, and NC State. That's the next group of 4. And then Miami of Florida all the way at the bottom, only 2-9 in conference play. I think I raised Clemson a little too high in my rankings, and I may knock them down a little bit. And I look at what they've done recently, and to me, I got a little excited that they got to 15-8. They were off 4 straight wins, but I look at those home wins, and they were Pittsburgh, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech was in this bad spot, and then they won Georgia Tech. So they haven't proven to me they can go on the road. They played 3 of the weakest opponents in the conference, and 2 of those were at home. So I think Clemson is in for a little bit of a shock going on the road to Miami. Miami is going to be a couple-point dog. Yes, they are 2-9 in conference play, but you look at the home games. They beat Wake Forest at home. They beat Notre Dame at home. Virginia Tech was a 12-point loss. That's not bad. Florida State, a 12-point loss. North Carolina, a 9-point loss. So I look at those games. They were competitive. They were in all those games. Clemson not used to being an away favorite off a misleading 4 straight games. So I do like Miami tomorrow to get only their 3rd conference win and their 11th win on the season.
That is Ralph Michaels, WagerTalk.com. Love Ralph. Joins us Tuesdays here, breaking down college hoops, making it a profitable college basketball season, certainly heading into March Madness. But he is all over Miami, and let me tell you something else. He is not the only person I talk to that loves Miami in this spot at home as an underdog tonight. The line opened up at +2. It has since moved to +3. A lot of public money. Joe Public loves Clemson. This is definitely one of those situations with Clemson where we've got a little bit of this market overreaction because Clemson's recent schedule has been so favorable to them. They've produced, 5 straight point spread covers, and of course the novices are looking at that. The Joe Public going, wow, this is great. Miami's terrible. Look at their record. Yeah, but they're laying 3 on the road against a Miami team that is a hell of a lot better than any sort of stat sheet is going to show you. And I think also that the low total in this game, which if I'm not mistaken is 130, 131, I'll double check on that. I do think this is going to be a one-possession game late in this game. So to me, I'm taking Jim Larinaga. I am taking the boys in Miami. I do think Clemson is going to be, like Ralph said, in for a shock. So we love Clemson tonight. We love Miami tonight, getting 3 points. That's our Make It Rain free play number 1. Free play number 2 also comes courtesy of another situational play that we learned from our friend Ralph Michaels at Wager Talk, and it's got to do with Providence. Providence taking on Villanova tonight. The play is under 135.5. That is the play. That is what we are going with. So why do we like the under in tonight? Here is Ralph Michaels from WagerTalk.com.
We've talked about low totals before, and I'm not afraid to use a low total.
No, you're not.
This one's not going to be one of the lowest, but it's going to be about 130, and it's Villanova and Providence under the total. I'm going to put it at 130 in my mind. Those totals haven't opened up yet as we speak. But Villanova is 1-9-1 over-under at home. Providence, 6 straight unders their last 6 games. Providence, 2-9 over-under in conference play. And when you look at Villanova, they had the 1-over game against Xavier. That went 22 points over the total. Those other 9 games have gone under by 11 points. So remember, when you're hearing technical plays and you're hearing angles, you have to remember how strong those angles are. If you have a team that's 6-1 and covered those 6 games by just 1 point over, anything could have happened. One basket could have made them a 1-6 team instead of a 6-1 team. But when you have an angle that is covering by double digits as the average cover, that's much stronger in my head. Providence is the number 1 efficient defense in the Big East. Providence is last in efficiency and offense, and Villanova will play as slow as any team in the country. They're 346 out of 353. When they played back at January 5th, the total is 137.5. So they may not get to 130 like I think they will. It may be a point or two higher than that, but I like this anywhere up to under 130.
There you go. Anywhere up to under 130. 135 is the number, 135.5. It's been hovering around that all day long. So take the under. It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of scoring going on here. Providence worst actually great in defensive efficiency, awful in offensive efficiency. Villanova plays as slow as ass. And did you hear that? 1-9 and 2. I think that number was to the under so far over the last month or so with Nova. I like the under here, under 135.5. That is our free play, make it rain free play number 2 here tonight, and I hope you guys are paying attention. Miami getting 3 tonight at Clemson is game 1. Game 2 is Providence and Nova, under 135.5. Before we get to the final 2 games here and where the edge is tonight, I do also want to remind those of you that are just joining us, all of these numbers don't mean anything if you're not getting the best number. All right. For instance, if your book says that Miami is at 2, getting 2, why would you want to play it at that book if you can have access to another book that gives it at +3? And that's why it is so important to have an offshore book, something that you can count on, and that's why we love our friends at YouWager. So if you call them right now, set up the account, doesn't have to be for trillions of dollars, you set it up just so you have the opportunity to be able to shop the line, and if the number is there, boom, you can bet it, you can worry about funding it big time later, but as long as you have access to it, you can jump on the number when you need it. 1-800-YouWager, use the code JRS50, that's Joe Raineri Show 50. They'll go ahead, put a 50% deposit match bonus right into your account. Do it now. Have it at your disposal, guys. Don't wait. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and boom, you get screwed over by the hook because you didn't pick up the phone and call right now. 800-YouWager, 1-800-YouWager. Give them the code JRS50. Get that 50% sign-up bonus right there. All right, a couple of the other games tonight and earlier today on the on Make It Rain on the show, I had given you guys I'd let you guys know about a trend, something in the NBA, kind of a strategy to go about regarding teams during back-to-backs, meaning back-to-backs this week, the week before the All-Star game, and how does it fare out? If they're a home or if they're away, if they're favored, what is it and how does it work out? Well, as it turns out, The back-to-back scenario is never a great thing this time of year, right before the All-Star break, because you got a lot of tired legs. You got guys knowing that they're going to be going into a long weekend, and they might play a little less defense and those types of things there. And it hasn't been good. And this is exactly kind of the situation that you have right now tonight with a couple of teams. One of them is the Boston Celtics. The spread, so you understand, give you some perspective here, what the situation is that since 2005, if you bet against an opponent on a back-to-back this week, okay, the week before the All-Star game, you're about 60% ATS against the number. And that strategy has been at least 500 or better over the last 11 out of 14 years. So it is a strategy this 1 week leading up to the All-Star break where guys are just, they're not as focused. They're looking to get to that, that break. And, it's a long-ass free weekend, especially if you guys aren't going into the All-Star game. So there is definitely some profitability there in this situation when it comes to fading teams that are on back-to-backs during the All-Star week, okay? And what we've got here tonight is a perfect situation with Detroit and Boston. What do we know? Well, we know for a fact that the Celtics had an exhausting game last night, taking on the Philadelphia 76ers on the road. They took care of business. They did it without Kyrie, and kudos to the Boston Celtics for stepping up and getting the job done. But it wasn't a blowout. It was a hard-fought game. It was on the road. Now they find themselves back home here, back-to-back, playing a Detroit team who has been straight fire. They just coming off a win a couple of nights ago. We had them also here on the show. We faded the Washington Wizards, which isn't that hard to do. But they are playing really, really good ball. In fact, Detroit's won 4 straight games. They're going with this small guard lineup that seems to be really pushing the tempo up, and they're doing really, really well with it. I think in this situation, the fact that we're dealing with a back-to-back here, a home and away and home, actually, with Boston, All-Star break week, and the fact that Detroit is coming in hot right now, and I think they're going to be pushing the ball a lot. I think there's value here with Detroit. Celtics national television win last night, maybe a little tired, a little slower, half a pace slower than what we're normally used to seeing. Still no Kyrie. I'm all over Detroit getting the 4.5 tonight against Boston. I like the spot. I like the situation, and I think that's a solid play. So that's going to be our third Make It Rain free play of the day. We're going to take the Pistons tonight, getting 4.5 on the road at Boston. And following along those, our final play here tonight, our Make It Rain free play of the day. And again, make sure you guys are joining us weekdays, Monday through Friday. Download the FNTSY Sports Radio app, part of the FNTSY Sports Radio Network, heard around the country, not only on radio stations, but cable providers have us. We might very well be on your television station in your cable company lineup, and you don't even realize we're there. If not, don't worry about it. Probably be there very soon, but we also, across every streaming platform known to mankind, Roku, YouTube Red, Amazon Prime, you name it, we are across all of the streaming platforms, including YouTube. So definitely hang out with us during the week, 6, 8, and 9 A's. We start your day making it rain on the FNTSY Sports Radio Network. And I'm excited because this next game is one that I really like, and it's along the same lines, that same concept, that same play of teams back-to-back the week of the All-Star break, heading right into this weekend. That's exactly what we find the Warriors in again. Like I had told you, Boston, yep, back-to-back. The Warriors, back-to-back, had a tough game against Utah last night. They did cover. They didn't hit the over, but they did cover. They did win. But once again, we find ourselves in that situation where now they've got to go on the road, and they've got to go play in a place that's not that easy to play in, and that's Portland. The Portland Trail Blazers tonight, okay, are a pretty damn tough team. And what I like even more about this is the first half play. And why is that? Well, because the biggest advantage in the first half since 2014 in the NBA has been the Blazers. The Blazers' first half, okay, spread numbers, this team is monstrous, all right? It has been since 2014. They're 37-14-2. They're 72.5% against the number in the first half at home when they are facing a team coming off a back-to-back. There you go. You got it right now. Facing a team back-to-back, okay, that would be the Golden State Warriors tonight. Utah last night. Now they're going to be in Portland. And nobody has been more profitable in this spot than the Portland Trailblazers since 2014. 37-14-2, 72.5% against the first half spread. And they have covered the spread, by the way, by 3.5 points per game in this situation. So when you look at the spread number, they're actually, what is that? They're laying 1, I believe. Portland is getting 1 point at home, first half tonight, all over that play. Love that play. And yeah, oh, by the way, they also happen to be even higher, a higher percentage against the number when the teams that they're playing on these back-to-backs are over 500 for the season. And I think we can all agree that Golden State is definitely part of that category there. So they are even better against the better echelon teams at home in this spot, coming off a back-to-back. Then you couple in it's All-Star Week. When you put it all together, you make a nice ball of it, and it's got a ball of making it rain, people. That's exactly what these plays have. Warriors, Portland, first half, take Portland getting 1. Also, Detroit, Boston, Detroit, getting 4.5 points. You can shop it around. It might be up to 5 now, but take it. Take the points in that situation. We're going to fade these teams coming off the back-to-back in the NBA during this All-Star week. And, of course, in college, courtesy of our friend Ralph Michaels, WagerTalk.com, loves Miami, and he's not the only one. Getting 3 points right now at home. Jim Larinaga and his team taking on a very overhyped, unrealistic Clemson team here who hasn't played anybody, and they're going to be on the road, and I think it's definitely going to be a tough test for them. And then Providence Nova tonight, under 135, looks to be the solid play there. So those are your Make It Rain free plays of the day. And, of course, we're not done because we've got our good friends at trendybets.com. Yes, trendybets.com. I don't need any introduction. Those of you that have tailed this show, you know exactly what they have done all NBA season long. These guys have been straight fire. You know it. I know it. Those of you that have been cashing tickets on a consistent basis with their free plays, you know that. Their clients and their customers certainly know that. Well over 60% for the season on just their free plays on this show. We are looking now at, 27-13 over the last couple of months. So 27-13, 27 out of the last 40, 41 plays, some obnoxious number along those lines. These guys have been doing the work, putting in the time, and the numbers don't lie. Trendybets.com. We encourage you guys to head over there. At the very least, make sure you're tailing them on Twitter at TrendyBets, okay? These guys deliver nothing but winners. There is no way around it. The numbers don't lie. Visit them at trendybets.com. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, you want to go ahead and get yourself a package there, an NBA premium package. You can take 50% off. Simply use the code NBA50, and you got 50% off any one of their packages. 3 days, 7 days, the rest of the season, whatever you want to do. But what you definitely want to do is get a hold of this play here tonight. Their trendybets.com free NBA play of the day. Let's take a look at what they are doing. And they're looking Brooklyn at the Cavs right now. I do think that number is up. Brooklyn is now -8. The over-under, let me just make sure of this so we can get up-to-date. Let me get you the up-to-date numbers. Make sure it doesn't matter here. Let me get into our friends at UWager here, see what we've got for this line. I know the line is has been pushed up, Brooklyn -8. So let me see what we got. We are looking at -8, over under 224 here tonight. Over 224. Again, this is why you want to be able to shop numbers. What we know is that the over is 8-3 in the Nets' last 11 road games. They have been on fire here. Joe Harris, D'Angelo Russell, these guys can flat out ball here, people. The over is 13-6 in the Nets' last 19 versus a team with a losing straight-up record. Even though the Cavs are at home and they beat the Knicks a couple of nights ago, let's not get all proud of yourself here, Cleveland fans. The over, 7-2 in Cleveland's last 9 following an ATS win, and the over, 11-5-1 in the Cavs' last 17 home games. It seems to be the one place that they can actually put some points on the board and cover these overs. I also think that the lines makers, the books makers, they look at this Cleveland team and they don't necessarily price accordingly. There might be some inefficiencies there. But either way, the total is 221 here on the screen. The total is 224 right now. It's been pushed up. I still think the over is a quality play. So do trendybets.com. Brooklyn alone can come in here and score a $1.25, a $1.30. Do anticipate this is going to be a high-scoring game. Usually this time of year, All-Star game just around the corner, extended weekend, there's going to be some points. So they have it listed at the over 221. Good luck with that, guys. Over 224, that's what I'll be playing tonight. That's Nets at Cavs. That is your trendybets.com NBA play of the day, and make sure that you guys head over to trendybets.com. Check out their site. Check out their packages. NBA 50 is the code. Get yourself 50% off any one of their NBA premium packages. All right? So, once again, if you're just joining us, our Make It Rain free plays of the day tonight. We are 9-1 with these plays over the last 2 days. Hopefully, we're going to extend that streak right now. We like Miami getting 3 tonight. We like the Pistons getting 4.5 tonight. We like the under in the Providence-Nova game. And we like the first half Portland getting 1. First half Portland getting 1 against the Warriors tonight. Those are your Make It Rain free plays of the day. And, of course, we encourage you guys to download the app, the Fantasy Sports Radio app. Join us tomorrow morning as we break it all down for you, getting ready for another slate of games. It's all about profitability. It's all about making you guys a little more profitable in 2019. So we encourage you to join us and download that app each and every day on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network. That's what we do. 6A to 9A. Start your day with us. And I want to thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed the earlier interviews. If you didn't get a chance, the legend Joe D'Amico was with us, AASIwins.com. He's got a couple of plays tonight, too, that he broke down for you. I would definitely take a look at that video. You can see it here, guys. It's on our Facebook page. It's on our YouTube page, Twitch, Periscope, and Twitter. The interviews are here. Also, Tony George, DocSports.com. Talked to him about an hour ago. He, too, broke down a couple of games tonight. He loves that Mo Valley. He's got a couple of games that are circled. You don't want to miss those. Plus, what we gave you here, you've got more than enough plays and more than enough knowledge to cash some tickets tonight, which is exactly what we want you to do. So I want to thank you guys again for making us a part of your day. I want to thank Ralph Michaels, WagerTalk.com, Tony George, Doc Sports, Joe D'Amico, AASI Wins, Better IQ, the whole crew. We want to thank you guys very much, and hopefully we will talk to you again tomorrow as we make it rain, just like we're doing here tonight, just like we've done, and hopefully we'll continue to do. Good luck tonight, guys. Enjoy the games. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribing and you're tailing us, and then come back and join us tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Good luck.